Hello everyone, it is I, Magician88, and today it is in the morning. I'm going to be casting another replay. Actually, it's going to be a replay of a game that, for the StarCraft Collegiate Society tournament. It happened last night, and I will be uploading it very soon. So let's get the game started. It's in replay form. Hopefully, I get the order correct. Apparently, last time I messed up and I got game 2 in as game 3 and stuff like that. So, of course, it's going to be week 5. Well, actually, this was played during week 4 last night. But they decided to stick with week 5 match. So, of course, we are playing on Newkirk right now. So, in the bottom left-hand corner, we have our red Terran, which is going to be HydroRAGE! Bring on some HydroRAGE. And in the bottom right hand corner of Newkirk we have our yellow Terran. It's going to be Daz. Looks like Daz's fingers are really cold right now, so bring up the production tab. And it looks like their build is going to be exactly the same as this is TVT. Apparently TVT is well, it usually ends up being a mech battle. We'll see how these two players decide to play it out. So while we're waiting, let's bring up something. Wait, now. First of all, we'll bring up the Excel. We'll bring up the Excel spreadsheet. It basically tells me how people are doing. Let's see, where are you at? We do see a refinery coming down for HydroRAGE, so I think we should be seeing an early Reaper for scouting. We'll see how that pans out. Meanwhile, Daz is going for standard, probably just a more standard opener. I don't think balling off is really that good versus Terran, especially since everything can shoot. It looks like HydroRAGE is going to be doing everything a little bit more earlier than Daz, although Daz has actually more SCVs right now. Excuse me. Actually, hello, we do see an STV right here. It's actually pretty strange positioning, right? We'll see what he does with that. This SCP running with his life in his hands. He's got like only 3 health right there. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like Daz is a platinum player, whilst HydroRAGE is it's another player altogether. We do see a factory coming out for our for HydroRAGE right there. I love his name, HydroRAGE. Anyway, it looks like HydroRAGE. Looks like both our players are going to be expanding as well very soon. Meanwhile, Daz is putting down a second Rax, so that's actually a bit of an interesting move. Could we be seeing a 1-1-1 from our from HydroRAGE right here? I don't think so. I don't think anyone's done a 1-1-1 since Heart of the Swarm. Oh, look at that! It's gonna be a 1-1-1. I was completely wrong. Hang on, no, I was right. I called it. It's gonna be a 1-1-1, and Daz knows about it. So we're gonna be seeing some reactor Hellions and perhaps medevacs. I think medevacs will be the best thing to come out of the starport because they can heal both Marines and eventually Hellbats. Daz is gonna respond with a third barracks. I think he needs to get a factory of his own, probably pump out a couple of siege tanks. That would actually really help. We do have a missile turret for Daz as well. I think that's actually a really good idea. He's going to be He's gonna have to keep an eye on them drops. He needs to put he should put a missile turret down here as well. Like I said, we do have reactor helios right here, and let's see, we have a starport with a tech lab on it. So we have a Raven, everyone, and we have Stimpack being researched by okay, let's just call our yellow player right there. I see it's just massive marines. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work. Hellions are really good versus marines. I mean, I thought everybody knew. Okay, let's see. It's time to bring out. It's time to bring out the true identity of what's his face? HydroRAGE. Let's see. Oh, he was the new player. Okay. Well, okay, well, we'll probably look at the sort of what do you call it? We'll look at the loading screen later and see what level these players are at, because it turns out HydroRAGE was the newcomer who came in sort of like after like week 2. He didn't realize that the tournament actually started, but he decided he wanted to come in, and we apparently had an extra spot for him. So. So basically, in week 1 he was considered to have a bye, and so now he's rolling as HydroRAGE. I would love to see it if he somehow rage quits. Oh, that would be fun. Oh crap! I just screwed. Oh, I just spoiled the joke. Oh well. Anyway, so it looks like we're going to be seeing some more barracks coming down for our red Terran player, as more barracks are coming down for our yellow Terran player as well. This is going to be like some huge bio battle. We do have the 1-1. It's not really a 1-1-1 anymore. Looks like they're going to be going for almost identical builds. I think they even are getting. I think they're almost getting identical upgrades too. We do have Stimpack being researched by our red Terran player, whereas combat shields now being coming down for our yellow Terran player. He's also getting some medevacs as well. By this positioning, we could be seeing a drop around here, which hasn't actually been scouted by our red Terran player at all. He hasn't even moved anything around here at all. So this could actually work really well. A Marauder. Actually, it's not a very bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all, actually. What's a Marauder like around here? Those Hellions are not going to do so well. Meanwhile, looks like wow, looks like we're going to be seeing almost identical builds. This is going to be like a mech battle. It's going to be a mech bio battle. It's both our players are getting tanks as well. At almost the exact same time. They're just off by like a few in-game seconds. Yellow, of course, almost done expanding here. We have concussive shell being researched by our yellow Terran player here, right? So he's going to try and get his Marauders to do a lot better. +1 attack almost done for our red player, whereas +1 attack is just being started for our yellow player. We have an engagement right here. And as you can see, these Hellions doing very well versus those Marines. They're going to have to back out a bit, especially until that tank sort of finds a good position and then just sort of sieges up and attacks. But little does he know, this entire army is right here. But I think now's a good time. He needs to boost those medevacs into this area around here and then just drop the entire what is that? It's just a Marine force. Just drop those Marines and start killing everything. Yes, here comes the drop. What? Hang on, this medevac's not even dropping. What are you doing? What are you doing, medevac? There we go. And now the entire army has to come back. That's so many Marines. There's nothing to defend. Well, there's only a few Marines to defend. It's not going to be enough in this tank. Manages to get one shot off, but it does end up dying. But here come the Hellions. Does manage to roast about, what is that, 3-4 Marines, I think it was. If we bring up the units lost tab, it's actually managed to Whoops. It sort of managed to help out our yellow player right there. It's more or less balanced back. And now it's just going back into red player's favor, and yeah, I think our yellow player is actually being a little bit too greedy here. Windows 8 is actually being a bitch right now. And we have this engagement here. It looks like our red player is going to lose. I think it was those marauders that actually really solved the problem of those Hellions. He's losing help. He's losing medevacs as well. I think he can't actually think at win, and that's it. GG. GG from our red player. So that was actually quite an interesting game. Can't actually fault them. I think it's just that maybe HydroRAGE went too heavy on those Hellions, and Daz really responded well with hitting some Marauders. Because remember, Marauders have more health, and they actually don't get any extra damage versus Hellions. So Hellions end up doing, what is it, like 8 or something, some really small number as opposed to their really large number against light units, which is like 14, I think it was. I can't remember. But anyway, let's move on to the next game. As apparently I have a bit of a cold. Hang on. Okay. Alrighty, so here comes game 2. Okay, so it turns out HydroRAGE is in fact a Gold League player, and Daz is what appears to be a Platinum player. So, whoa, okay. In the top left-hand corner, we have our Blue Zerg player this time. Apparently he's decided to race change. It is HydroRAGE. And Daz is making sure that this is not another TVT, because he is also going to be the Red Terran. He's going to be in the top right-hand corner. It is Daz. Go figure, HydroRAGE decides to play Zerg. I think he'll be making a lot of Hydro lists. That was a terrible pun. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? It's either have a bit of a cold anyway. We bring up the production tab right there. We already have the Overlord and more drones, supply depot, and more SCVs. Wow, that was fun. Okay. I do like this minimal sort of skin, although here's the thing, guys. Here's a fun thing to remember. If you're using Windows 8 and you're not if you're using Windows 8 and you're casting as well, here's my sort of here's my sort of pro tip of the day. Don't have Windows 8 apps open while you're casting. It's really annoying if you put your mouse like up to the top left and a Windows 8 app thinks Windows 8 thinks you're trying to like pop open one of their apps instead of trying to scroll the map. So yeah, like turn those things off before you start casting. That's just my pro tip of the day. We do see an early hatchery, I think it was a 15 hatch, dropped by our Zerg player. This is actually pretty standard for ZBT. But I think he should put an Overlord. Actually, yeah, I normally recommend putting an Overlord over your hatchery just in case the Terran player decides to like do a bunker rush or something stupid like that. Of course, I'm only a Gold League player. You can take my you can take my recommendations of this nature with a grain of salt. It's up to you. It looks like we have the SCV here, just sort of chilling out. We do have well, the hatchery's done, so that's good. we do have 2 queens being built right now, or being spawned right now, and link speed research, which I think is actually a really necessary. I think it's a really necessary upgrade, not just because you can get your links across the map really quickly, but also because link speed will really help your links to surround your opponents really quickly. We're also going to be seeing 2 more racks being built, so we're going to have about 3 racks for our Terror player right here. He should be probably massing Marine again. See how it goes. No drones on this gas, probably because our Zerg player is going to try and just macro up as much as he can. Getting 2 links just in case there are just a couple of random things standing around like this SCV right here. You gotta remember, Zerglings are actually a little bit faster than SCVs, so in an endless chase, the Zerglings will actually beat the SCV. As you can see, it has a 2.95 movement speed, whereas SCVs only have a 2.81 movement speed. Oh, it looks like also link speed is done, which is why they're moving so fast. I actually didn't realize that. Here come the Zerglings. They're gonna basically just try and scout. They'll find a bunker and a couple of Marines if they ever decide to move up. Not entirely sure what that bit was, and here comes the scout right there, and he is going to lose one of those lings. I think he should have just tried to commit. I think he would have seen, or at least guessed, that there was going to be an expansion, so I think it's safe for our Zerg player to perhaps expand a 3rd time, because remember, Zerg is basically behind unless they have an expansion up on their opponents. Unless it's ZBZ, which then it's a little bit different. Should be seeing some Banelings from our Zerg player very soon. I think those will be pretty effective. Our Terror player has actually decided to commit almost purely to Marines so far. He hasn't made any Marauders. He's not even making any Marauders either. So, in fact, I wonder why he got that tech lab in the first place. It's not even getting stim. He hasn't even got stim yet. Here comes the SCV. He's going to scout, and the Queen is actually going to let it go, sort of. And this Queen too is like, derp, what's up? We have double Evo chamber coming down for our Zerg player. He's probably going to try and pump out some. Actually, no, those look like walls. Oh, I love this building placement right here. If the Terran army decides to attack, well, they're going to have to try and kill off these Evo chambers first. And if they decide to move in, they're going to have to try and funnel in between here and here. There are queens here to sort of try and attack, and the spy core is going to actually be okay. Meanwhile, this building placement right here, this is insane. Look at that, just an almost perfect right angle. And the Marines are going to move out now. Or we do see the Bailing nest being put down and the Spire as well, but I think the Spire is probably a little bit too premature. Maybe he's going to try and do some harass later on, we'll see. There's no missile turrets in the bases right now. We do have +1 attack coming down for our Terran player here, as well as stim. Oh, we also have +1 armor. We have a couple of scans, but the big question is, has he actually seen the Bailing nest? No, he has not. We do have +1/+1 coming down for our Zerg player as well now, but I think this is probably not going to be very. This is going to be a little bit too late. But although right now an engagement right here will probably favour the Terror player just a little bit. Marines obviously doing pretty well against Zerglings. He should morph in some Bailings very soon. The Bailing nest is done, and as you can see, Bailing speed is being researched, which I think is actually a really good upgrade. For Banelings, especially if you decide to do what I normally like to do, which is mass Banelings, like just completely max out on Banelings. It's the funnest thing ever. We do see the 3rd hatchery being popped down now for our Zerg player right there, and an Overseer as well. Just got to try and drop a Changeling, and then just sort of scout out the entire base of our Zerg player. He does have 1 Marauder, which is actually pretty strange, but here comes the engagement right there. I'm not sure if these links should be able to take out all these Marines. You can see all of that. Check out that surround. Does actually manage to get rid of all those links right there. So it's a bit of a victory for our Zerg player, because well, Zerglings are pretty much indispensable. Zerglings are pretty much dispensable, whereas Marines are not so much. Looks like this overseer here. Not entirely sure what he was doing. But this marine also going to be taken out. He should get some banelings as well. Maybe he's waiting for the baneling speed to finish before he morphs some banelings. Oh, but we do see. Whoa, that's a lot of banelings. 27 banelings, everyone. This is actually going to be really, really exciting. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be mass baneling now, and we do have some mutas coming in. We'll see what our Zerg player does with them. I think he shouldn't attack directly with those mutas. I think he should actually try and no, he can't actually do any harass. Maybe if he makes enough mutas, he can take out those missile turrets as quickly as he can. Apparently, missile turrets have some sort of a pilot on them. Can't exactly see from this angle. And see. Oh yeah, there is a pilot in those missile turrets. So remember, if you kill the missile turret, there is actually a person who dies. And this overseer is actually going to get taken out. No, this overseer does not get taken out. Wow, that overseer is like losing it. We do have a bunch of Baileys just sitting here. They're just waiting. Not entirely sure what they're waiting for. Here comes some Mutalisks as well. Maybe I think Mutalisks are not going to actually do very well versus those Marines. Of course, those Baileys should be more than enough to take out all the Marines. We bring up the resource tab right here. It looks like our Zerg player has actually got a lot of minerals and quite a bit of gas. I think with this kind of equalizing amount of minerals and gas, you should try and morph a few more banelings. Those are, because you remember, banelings basically cost the same amount of minerals and gas, but no, he decided to make some more mutas. So I think this is actually a sufficient force to try and take down this force. All those banelings should be able to take down all of this bio, and then the mutas can come in and just basically destroy everything else. We'll see how it goes. We do see +2/+2 actually being researched by our Zerg player. He should probably get an armor upgrade for his Mutalisks at least. We do have +2/+2 being researched by a Terra player as well. He's also going to try and get the Hellbats as well. Not sure if this is such a... Oh no, this is actually a pretty good idea. We do have 3 Hellions being built right now, as well as a bunch of Spore Crawlers. Just making... I think our Zerg player is going to be pretty wary of those drops. Apparently there's 2 types of creep tumors being spawned, and I don't know why. Maybe one's coming out of the queen, the other's coming out from another creep tumor. We'll see. And here comes the scan trying to clean up those creep tumors, but oh, here come the banelings, and the legs are gonna try. Oh no, they can't do it. They should have actually tried to wrap themselves around the bio army, and here come the. And no, this is not actually a very good engagement. The surface area of those legs is just basically not enough. He needs to run back a little bit for a second. He needs to wait until the Terran player finds himself in an open position, unlike this position here, which is like basically closed off by those rocks. We do have a random Viking just basically scouting out, making sure that there's no bases or overlords. Probably going overlord hunting too. Oh, that's actually a lot of banelings. We bring up the units tab. That's actually 43 banelings right there. It should be enough to take out this army in an open position. I'm not thinking in a closed space is not going to be very effective at all. +3/+3 coming down for our Terra player right there, as our Zerg player will probably go for +3/+3 as well. But here comes this attack right there. Oh, look at that! Such good bailing case. This is actually a really good engagement for our Zerg player right there. And these mutas, the muta count is now like really high, and the marine count is not even remotely high enough. The Hellbats actually managing to take down a lot of Zerglings, but they're just gonna roll in. And the wall was even opened at this point in time, and all those banelings are actually just gonna crash in. It's gonna take out, should be able to take out all those SCVs too. Okay, apparently not. We'll see. Should take down the missile turret too. Oh, there we go. And now the mutas are rampant in our Terran player's natural. This is actually a really good engagement for our Zerg player right there. As more lings are coming down. So many lings are coming down. +3/+3 almost done for our Terran player, but I think this is a little bit too late. He does have a bit of an army right there. Should be able to take down all the mutas unless our Zerg player is actually paying attention. I don't think the lings by themselves are going to work very well. He needs to get some more banelings right now. Oh my god, I've never casted this fast. That's why I love banelings, and we do have an engagement right there. Just a drop, really. And now we're just going to have a cooldown period. And our Terran player is actually supply capped, and we have 23 Banelings also coming in as well. We have some infestors as well. We'll see how well he uses those, because remember, infestors, fungal growth is no longer instant, it's only a projectile. It doesn't do so well versus armored anymore. The Banelings have actually been morphed in. He's going to try and go for it again. I don't think coming in from this side is actually such a good idea, but we'll see what he decides to do with that. We have some more mutalisks coming down now. We already have the 4th base, by the way, which is why our Zerg player is probably still keeping up, more or less with the at least more with the production. At least we have some more Banelings being morphed in, and if we have a look at that, that's actually 40 Banelings. He's almost back to the same amount of Banelings as he had before. We have the one Viking here, that random Viking that was just moving around all over the place, just sort of scouting out. If these infestors have, I can't remember if these infestors have enough energy for. Oh no, they do have enough. They do have enough energy for fungals. And here comes the Banelings, and if you can get some fungals on that army right there, then it's going to be completely lights out for that army. But anyway, the Banelings do actually manage to connect, and now the mutants are going to be rampant in the 3rd base. We do have some more Banelings left. He's going to try and use them at the Marines, not the Marauders, because Marauders they are armored units. They don't actually take as much damage versus Banelings. But we do have some infested terrorists right here. Infested terrorists don't actually have any armor upgrades whatsoever, so then we take it out really quickly. So here comes wave 2. Here come the mutants. The mutants count is actually a little bit too high, I think. Oh no, maybe not. It's actually quite a lot of Marines, but he should actually try and fungal those Marines. Instead, no, he's actually going to just move to... What? He's on the turfiest infestors ever! He just walked... Well, I suppose they actually do help as some sort of a meat tank, a meat shield, but it not really going to help. Some more legs are coming down now, and our Terran player is just trying to build some more bio units. I don't think this is going to work. It should be GG from our Terran player very soon. This is actually way too many units, and it's going to be GG from our Terran player. He's not going to come back after that. Oh my god, okay, so I think we know exactly what won our Zerg player that game, and that was those Baneling heads taking out so many of those Marines, and those Marauders, well, those Marauders were basically left without any support versus those Mutants, and obviously the Links actually do pretty well versus the Marauders anyway. So that was actually quite an exciting game as we bring up game 3 now. So now we're going to be playing on Neo Planet S. Oh, by the way, we were playing on Whirlwind that last game, although if you have a look around here, you can probably see what it was. So, in the bottom left-hand corner, once again, playing as the Blue Zerg, we have HydroRAGE! And it looks like Daz is actually being tricked as well. Not realizing that in fact it is going to be a Blue Zerg, because in the bottom right-hand corner, in the top right-hand corner, it is going to be Daz. Oh, look at that! It looks like HydroRAGE is playing random too. This is actually this is actually pretty interesting. I'm surprised it didn't get Protoss. Would have made the series a little bit more fun. But once again, it's going to be a ZVT, although our Terra player doesn't know it's going to be a ZVT just yet. He's actually thinking it's just random. Not entirely sure if it actually said random in the loading screen. I can't remember. Hang on. Okay. For a second I thought there was a plane flying over my house, but no, it's actually just the ambient noise of Neo Planet S. As you have to think, this place is basically an ice map. It's one of the first. I think this was one of the first few ice maps that were introduced with Heart of the Swarm. Made everybody pretty excited because there were a lot of ice maps in Brood War, and now there are ice maps in StarCraft 2. That's actually pretty cool. Not that ice really plays much of a role in StarCraft 2. I mean, it's not like there are areas in an ice map where, like, if you move your units in a certain if you move your units over those ice maps, you basically lose control for a little bit as they sort of skid across, the ice, or something like that. Actually, you know what? That could be a pretty interesting mechanic for Blizzard to implement. You know, ice maps that have skidding ice. Could be interesting if you have like a tank sort of situated just outside. Like, if, for example, if there was like slippery ice just around here, for example, you gotta make this balanced. If there was slippery ice just sort of placed around here, and like a bunch of Marines walked past and they like saw that there was a tank, but they were already on the slippery ice, they were skidding towards the siege tank. The siege tank could basically just be like inviting the Marines in to just shoot them all to hell. I think that would be a pretty interesting mechanic for Blizzard to try and I don't know, experiment on. I mean, unless they've already done that kind of thing, in which then, okay, we should probably make a custom map to see how that works. I mean, that'd be pretty funny if you just lose all control of your ground army for a little bit as they skid across the ice. On the flip side, they should be able to move a little bit faster, or a lot faster as well. We do see the early Reaper actually scouting out to see exactly what race our Zerg player is, which of course is Zerg. Now he realizes what he's up against, and now he's going to try and take down a couple of drones, and those drones were actually going to try and attack that Reaper. I don't know why he decided to move back, and now they've actually decided to hide behind those mineral patches. That's actually a pretty strange movement idea. We do also have an early expansion for our Terran player as well. That's actually pretty good for him. Those legs actually should be able to take down the Reaper. He actually got, well, he actually did surround the Reaper. That Reaper already up to 4 kills. That's actually pretty good of him to do so. But now there's 2 Reapers here. They should be able to do even more damage versus those, versus the weapons, really. Obviously, something like a roach will basically screw up the entire operation, and basically you'll have to go back and make some more other things. And there we go. Here comes the roach water right there. Have some more legs, but they're actually running around. And here come the Reapers again. Actually can try and take down some more drones. They, even without their plus light damage, they're still pretty good versus workers. Because you gotta remember, they do. Because you gotta remember, if you bring them up, they do 4 damage, but it's actually in terms of 2 attacks. So in essence, against unarmored drones, which actually do not have any armor. They don't actually have any armor at all. Against drones, they basically do 8 damage. That's actually pretty good. Originally, they did like something bizarre, like like 12 damage or something, because they had like +4, I think it was. Oh no, probably did something even more than just 12 damage. They probably like did like 16 or something. But anyway, we do have 4 roaches coming out. This will basically shut down all the Reapers. If you put like 1 here and like 1 here, then basically that's it. It's going to be lights out if the Reapers decide to attack. We do have a 3rd command center almost done. He's going to try and put it over here. He should try and like wall off this area here, so that basically he can defend all 3 of his expansions by placing an army just around here, like just sort of spreading it out a little bit, making sure that he knows where things are coming in from. We do have this Overlord just sort of like chilling out. I normally put my Overlords around here, and even then, like, the Terran army can't actually see. As long as they don't know that there's an Overlord there, they'll never actually spot it, unless they decide to get some flying units, in which then they will spot it. We do have a bunker basically defending the natural. We have some Hellions as well, but of course Hellions are not going to do so well versus those roaches. There's actually quite a few roaches right there. It's actually just 7. This might be an interesting time to attack. Actually, I think this will be a good timing attack to just attack. Actually, wow, that's good enough. But this is not a very good idea for our Terran player. He's going to try and attack with just Reapers and Hellions. It's going to have to back out immediately when he sees that there are actually roaches. Might be able to take out this roach. This roach, what are you doing? It's not the move command! Whoa, that roach was like the derpiest thing ever. Not entirely sure what he was doing, but anyway, we do see some more roaches just sort of waddling in. Obviously, roaches without roach speed are just so slow. As these units are actually pretty fast. They can actually probably like try and like jump in, do a little bit of damage, and see how well they can go before sort of like booking it away. And here comes another engagement, and this roach has actually managed to get a few hits off, but obviously that's not going to be enough to kill anything. There's not, so our Terran player can actually still run away. And here comes a bit of an attack. He's going to try and take out the bunker, and the bunker's already on fire, so it's going to get repaired by our Terran player right there. He's also getting roach speed, which is actually really good. He's also going to get double Evo chamber. Meanwhile, our Terran player is just getting 1 engineering bay right now. He's probably just going to try and get 1 of those upgrades. get a few shots off from those Reapers on those Roaches, not really doing any damage whatsoever. Hang on there, oh, that bugger actually had 4. Oh, we have a siege tank. Just saying that bugger actually only had 4 SCVs instead of anything else that actually could hit. And these Roaches actually should be able to do a lot of damage. He'll end up losing them eventually, but he can actually take out a lot of units. As we bring up the units lost tab. 12 workers to a mere 6 from our Terror player. So that's actually quite a good quite a good attack. It does actually really mess around with the economy of our Terror player right there, as our Zerg player is just making more lings. Actually, I'm not sure if this is such a good idea. Seeing our Terror player is actually going for more Hellion heavy assault, I think perhaps Banelings might not be so good. They will end up ruffle stomping the entire army as long as our Terror player doesn't go for something as bizarre like battle cruisers or something. But in the end, you will lose a lot more Banelings to those Hellions unless you manage to get pretty good surround or something like that. Excuse me. Okay, so we do have +1/+1 rage attack for our Zerg player right now. It looks like he's going to be trying to get some sort of Hydralisk dead somewhere. No, I'm messing around. But here comes the Hellions. It's not going to do anything versus that Spycrawler, especially the Spycrawlers do have quite a bit of health. I mean, at least he had like 1,000 Hellions. He might be able to roast away that Spycrawler, like, eventually. We'll have a look at the Hellions right there. They do have, oh, there we go, 14 damage versus light units, as opposed to 8 versus, like, Roaches. And even then, it's like Roaches have, like, I think a standard base armor of about, like, what is it, 1? So then it's not even 8, it's like 7. So the Roaches actually do have quite a bit of health as well, so it takes like quite a few shots. We do have the Overseer here. It's going to drop down probably a Changeling. No. We do have 4 tanks. Actually, this is. Oh, we do have like 6 tanks right there. As well, we have. So it looks like it looks like our Terror player is actually going to go for mass mech. This is actually really effective versus Zerg. We'll see how well it goes. Although the problem with mech is that it's really, really slow. Oh my god, our Zerg player is actually going to be really, really behind. Our Terror player is already on 3 bases, while our Zerg player is only sitting on 2. He hasn't exactly. He should probably pull a few drones from this base and bring him onto this base right there. And here comes a huge surround by those tanks, by those Zerglings. The mutants actually get free reign over this entire army because there's nothing to attack those mutants. This mech army is actually going to just fall completely to these mutants, and oh my god, and this one Hellion also. Oh my god, I didn't realize that they actually did so much. Oh yeah, that's right. Everyone, Spycrawlers do +5 damage versus armored units. By the way, guys, I didn't really know this. It's probably why Spycrawler rushes are actually pretty good, even though they're really, really difficult to execute, but they're pretty good nevertheless. And oh my god, he's already on like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish, 6-ish, 6 base Terran versus 2 base Zerg. If the Terran player somehow loses, this is going to be quite a phenomenal feat. But I don't think I'm not sure if these Mutalisks can actually. Let's see, they have a movement speed of 4, and they have a movement speed of 5. Yes, Mutalisks can't catch up to. Mutalisks just simply cannot catch up to Hellions, but we do have a bunch of Widowmites right here. This could actually prove really, really good and very, very exciting. Once again, I do love me some Widowmites in my casts. But we do have a double expand for our Zerg player in response to being behind like several bases. We have a Thor coming out, man. We have a Thor coming out at a planetary fortress on the top left-hand corner. And here comes some more Hellions. They're not going to do anything versus these Roaches and Mutants, but they're actually going to try and harass this base. Obviously, this being a building is not actually going to do anything at all. Blue Flame already being researched as well. These Mutants just swinging around. Luckily, he can't very much commit to trying to kill. Oh, this one Hellion right there with 7 health. I love how like a lot of units in my casts actually like run away with like barely anything left. Like a battle cruiser that has like 1 health. Like what? Like I was just thinking last night, like a battle cruiser with 1 health. It's like the captain is just asking his crew, like, "Hey guys, status report, and this crew's just like, well, freaking everything's on fire, man. Nothing works. What do you want to know? And you gotta think, and to think, like, you just gotta think, like, what is a battle cruiser on 1 health? Well, if you shoot a bullet at it, it blows up. That's what a battle cruiser is on 1 health. And here come the Widow Mines. Oh, huge hits on those mutants right there. I may have actually spoken a little bit too loudly. It probably broke my microphone. We'll see. Or probably broke your ears. Sorry about that, guys. But all these mutants are actually going to be on really, really low health. Huge hits on those Widow Mines. He does end up losing those Widow Mines because of that Overseer. If he actually aimed on those 3 Overseers, then perhaps those Widow Mines would still be alive and book at it. But we do see the Thors now. They're on there. Now, remember, Thors have 2 different modes. You have the one shot, like the one big shot version of the Thor, and then you have the missiles, the splash damage version of the Thor. Right now, the Thors in their usual mode are just in splash damage mode, but if they're going up against things like battle cruisers or carriers, mainly battle cruisers, you can turn them into the one big shot Thor. The one big shot though doesn't actually do any extra damage versus armor. It just does a lot more damage overall. Of course, if the battle cruisers are somehow clumped up, you might want to go for the splash damage because it's splash. Oh, we do see 2 Widow Mines though. They're probably going to get taken out before they attack. Oh, our Terran player's actually playing really, really greedy here, but I think he can, because he does actually have a bit more supply over our Zerg player as well. But here comes the huge army! Huge army right there. This base is going to be completely lost. These Lings, they're not going to actually do anything versus these, well, they managed to get rid of one of them. But here comes the mutants, and they're actually clumped up. Oh no, I don't think our Zerg player realizes these mutants are clumped up. These Thors should be able to take down all these mutants. Oh my god, and look at that, all the mutants are gonna die. Almost. No, guess not. Oh my god, these Thors actually get surrounded. We did actually see a flank attack coming down from this roach. This roach and his friend is just like, no, we're gonna come in from behind. We're gonna take it from behind. Oh my god, but the splash damage from those Thors are just too much. These 3 mutants, oh my god, they actually do end up getting taken out. This Thor should take out this 1 mutant as well. Oh my god, this mutant is also on 20 health and now is getting that super health regen. This Thor should not be fighting, it should just like attack. It's not even attacking the mutant. Oh my god, this hero mutant right there is actually going to manage to regenerate all its health. And this huge attack right there. The missile turret should be able to take down the mutant if it ever decides to find itself there. I think our Terran player actually played a little bit too greedy and now he has nothing to defend. These Thors are not going to actually do anything. Oh, the mutant does get taken out by that missile turret. Oh my god. But now the roaches are just going to come into the main base. We do have this 1 tank and a couple of Hellions. It's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. The tank's not even siege. There's no time for siege. He needs to try and take out as many roaches as he can. If only he got a couple of cloak banshees. No, cloak banshees wouldn't have helped at all. Oh my god. Anyway, so it looks like the main base is going to be completely destroyed. He should try and, well, there's no point lifting up that barracks actually. But he can't actually lift those factories up. That's what he needs. He's been working up mass mech this entire time. He needs to get those factories to safety, and he does have a lot of he should actually lift those actually, here's the thing, he should actually lift those factories up to this base here, even though there's not that much room. But anyway, you should try and what is he going to do with those factories? He's going to put down those 3 tech labs. That's actually a really, really good idea. He needs to get some Marines, I reckon. No, not Marines, my bad. He needs to get some Marauders, I reckon. I think getting some Marauders would be a really, really good idea, as the roaches are just going to completely destroy this base right here. The natural's down, but the 3rd is up and running. He needs to try and put up some defense for the 3rd. He needs to also put up some sort of, well, he's got a good enough defense for the 4th. Here come the roaches and the mutants now, and actually there's going to be a lot of their missile turrets actually taking out all the mutants right there. So the mutants are not going to do that much, but there's nothing to defend the ground army at all. What's he building there? He's building some tanks. Oh my god, we do actually see corruptors. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing with those. If he's thinking of getting a greater spy, then perhaps we might be seeing some broodlords, although it's really pointless to get broodlords now. Did he end up getting those tanks end up coming out? No, they didn't. Either they did come out or they actually got destroyed. Oh, hang on, if he manages to bait those the entire army into these widow mines. There's not enough widow mines to take out the entire army, but we can do significant damage. Oh, I see. The corruptors are actually going to take out the flying buildings. That's actually a really, really good idea. We do see planetary plus missile turrets right there. This is actually going to work really well. The roaches do have some sort of an attack upgrade, but they're too clumped up. Although the legs have actually managed to take a lot of the damage, and the corruptors are actually just gonna fly into these missile turrets right there. I think our terror player is completely screwed now. He has nothing. He has no army. He's getting up. Well, he's getting up. Actually, does he even have cloak? I don't think so. He's actually gonna mass air now. He's gonna try and mass air. This is not gonna work. Let's manage to cancel some sort of command center. Now, I thought it was already done. Well, here comes the legs again, and they're not gonna do. Well, the legs are not gonna do a lot versus the planetary. But the roaches, when the roaches come along, they will be able to take out all the units. The Banshee's done, but it's going to get sniped by the Corruptor. And it looks like it's going to be GG from our Terror player. So it's actually, yeah, it looks like he did actually throw this game away. So that's it, GG from our Terror player. So basically, our Zerg player has won, as they discuss where our Terror player has gone wrong, and the game has basically finished. Just as the Zerg player said, it looks like our Terror player did not make enough Widow Mines. He did manage to get a few good shots on those mutas, but if he made it like a bunch more, then perhaps they would have taken out the entire Roach army if those Roaches actually walked right on top of them. I think he also made too many Hellions against that army as well. I think, to be honest, Thor and Siege Tank's actually pretty good versus Lings as well. It's just too much health. They will take them out very quickly. Sure, it's not as good. Sure, it's not as good as getting a few Hellions as well, but whatever. So anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe to me on YouTube at well, the link's just down there. And you can follow me on Twitter at Magician88. You can also follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Magician88. That's where I stream every so often. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, my eyes.